Hi there! Let's review Teach Yourself Turkish by Asuman and David Pollard. This little book is for learning Turkish. We're going to take a look at what you get when you're buying this book, at who should buy this book, and we're also going to take a look at the pros and cons of this book to learn Turkish. So first of all, there are several covers of this book, so if you recognize this cover, it might be another cover, but we'll talk more about that later. The book, what is the book like? Well, it's about 250-300 pages. It's in black and white. It's rather small, and it follows the typical teach yourself structure. So first you get a dialogue. Then the words will be given, the translations will be given of the difficult words. Then there are some grammar points, and afterwards there are exercises, and the solutions are at the end, because that's the teach yourself concept. You don't need a teacher to tell you what the solutions of the exercises are. The book is in English, so obviously you should buy it to learn Turkish, but the book is in English and it has MP3s you can download via the link below in the description. There used to be audio CDs. So for whom is this book? Well, this book starts from zero, so it is for absolute beginners wishing to learn the Turkish language. And they should also be motivated, because this book is very condensed. And what do I mean by condensed? Well, it would take you 3-4 years to get to a level that would see the subjects dealt with at the end of the book. So 3 or 4 years of evening classes, like in groups, in big groups. You would need those to see all the grammar and all the words seen in this book. So it's very, very much condensed. All right, so that's both a pro and a con, the fact that it's condensed. So let's take a look at the pros and cons. First of all, there's a lot of information in these 300 pages, especially when it comes to the grammar. At the end of the book, you start learning, I would have done this if I had that. That's the level you're going to get at the end of this book. Also, the grammar is described in a very easy way. So it's very clear, and it tackles the subjects that English learners will definitely need to tackle or need to get exercises on. So it's very well explained. You also get a lot of essential words, which I really like. Those words that you will at some point need. There's over 1,000 words in this book, and there's also a list at the end with the translation of these 1,000 words. In one word, the book is useful. Lots of information, very interesting information. And it answers the question that you will have when you're learning Turkish. So that's it for the pros. Let's take a look at the cons now. Is this book for people who just want to get a little taste of Turkish? No, this is for the serious learners. Either you're very, very experienced and you can learn Turkish only with this book, or you will need more additional materials to learn Turkish. And that's a bit the problem with this book. You shouldn't use it as your only source to learn Turkish. You will need to follow classes, you will need to have other books, read websites, and so on to practice what you've learned in this book. And there aren't that many exercises, especially since Turkish is a language you will need to practice a lot. Turkish is very different from English. It's part of another language group, language family, they're called. So there are very few words you will recognize when you're learning Turkish. So it could have been better if there were more exercises, but of course that wasn't really the purpose of this book. Also, you wouldn't use it in a classroom. In a classroom, you would get other books to use, and with more exercises and so on. All right. So, do I recommend this book? Definitely. It's very condensed, a lot of content, but I highly recommend it, especially if you're a serious learner. It's also in black and white, which is good for the price. So when you're learning Turkish, I would really recommend it. And talking about the covers, there are different editions, so make sure to check the different links in the description below, because they will get you to the same book but with different prices. So make sure to find the one that's cheapest. All right. If you have any other materials you want me to review, feel free to leave it in the comments, and see you in another review.